If you are watching this film, your blood has been diagnosed as being deficient in the glucose 6-phosphate dehydrogenase enzyme, commonly known as G6PD deficiency. Extreme caution must now be taken in everything you do. From this day forward, your life is irrevocably changed.
Whoa! Well, that was over the top. The first thing you need to know about G6PD deficiency, it's an easily managed condition. By making a few lifestyle changes and avoiding contact with certain substances, your life will not be irrevocably changed. So what the heck is G6PD deficiency? G6PD deficiency is a condition in which your red blood cells break down when your body is exposed to certain products. It's an inherited condition, meaning it was passed down from one of your parents. 1 in 16 people worldwide are affected, mainly of African, Asian, and Mediterranean descent, and it most commonly affects males. Currently, there is no cure to get rid of this condition, but there are steps you can take to avoid any complications. In order to understand G6PD deficiency, it is important to know the role of the enzyme involved, glucose 6-phosphate dehydrogenase, or G6PD. The key function of this enzyme is to protect blood from damage and early destruction. It pretty much acts as a force field to protect your red blood cells against certain substances. When G6PD levels are low, such as in your case, it's like the force field's down and your red blood cells are not protected. Under these conditions, if red blood cells come in contact with certain triggers, well, you get the idea. And this can lead to a number of other problems. So right about now, you're probably wondering, what are the substances I need to steer clear of? The causes and triggers of G6PD deficiency include medications such as aspirin, primaquine, an anti-malaria drug, and certain antibiotics such as sulfa drugs. Be aware there's also a small risk with taking ibuprofen or naproxen, so consult your healthcare provider before taking any of these medications. You'll also need to avoid fava beans, sometimes known as broad beans. Although they're not as common here, they may be found in certain deployed areas such as Afghanistan. Stay away from naphthalene products like mothballs, cleaning products such as certain toilet bowl cleaners, and some insecticides. Don't mess with henna, which is a plant used to make certain tattoos. Avoid certain herbal remedies such as honeysuckle. This is sometimes used to combat cold symptoms. If you come in contact with any of these products, you may experience extreme fatigue or tiredness, shortness of breath, rapid heartbeat, dizziness, paleness, headache, back or stomach pain, your skin may appear yellow, or your urine may turn dark colored like tea or Coke. If you experience any of these symptoms, seek medical help immediately. If you delay, you may end up facing a blood transfusion, and ignoring these symptoms completely could result in liver damage, kidney failure, or in rare cases, even death. So, let's take a look at a few things you can do to make sure this never happens. First of all, and most importantly, always tell your healthcare provider that you have G6PD deficiency at every visit to avoid being prescribed any medications that may harm you. You are no longer allowed to donate blood either in the military or civilian sector. Remember, this is a genetically inherited condition, so be aware that you can pass this gene on to your children when planning a pregnancy with your spouse. And always remember to avoid taking certain medications such as anti-malaria drugs, antibiotics, and certain pain medications like aspirin. Keep fava beans off your menu and no henna tattoos for you. Remember to avoid handling any products containing naphthalene such as mothballs, cleaning products, and insecticides. If you think you've been exposed to any of these products and you're experiencing symptoms, alert your MTI or wingman immediately so that you can get the proper medical care you need. And most importantly, always tell your healthcare provider that you have G6PD deficiency at every visit. You're just beginning your new Air Force career. Adopt these simple practices and make it a long and healthy one.